A critical day in the case of a brutal attack at a Buffalo bar. A suspended Buffalo police officer caught up in the probe testifies against the defendant accused of assaulting an airman who was left on the edge of death. This comes as the family of the victim releases a very touching video, the joy that filled their hearts before the unthinkable happened. Good evening, everyone. Jackie is off tonight. News 4 Investigates has been digging to find the truth behind this violent attack. We have team coverage tonight, beginning with Ed Dranch. He's back from Buffalo City Court, where the case entered a new chapter this afternoon. Ed?
And on this afternoon, we heard testimony from Adam O'Shea, who was at Molly's Pub the night Bill Sager was assaulted. The testimony was good enough to have Jeff Basil sent back to jail and the charges sent to the grand jury.
He walked right in and he said, "I'm on a 24-hour bender." He goes, "I'm all hopped up. I just took a couple Xanax. Boys, we're partying tonight."
That's the voice of police officer Adam O'Shea talking about Jeff Basil. We were not allowed to record video of his appearance in court. O'Shea was off duty working security at Molly's Pub early Mother's Day morning. O'Shea said it was in fact Basil who pushed Tech Sergeant Bill Sager down the stairs around 2 that morning.
I saw Mr. Basil shove Mr. Sager off the top landing, and Mr. Sager flew down the stairwell there, not hitting any of the stairs, landing at the bottom. It was a full two-hand extension.
And did you observe Mr. Sager do anything menacing or threatening to Mr. Basil before he was launched off those stairs?
No, I didn't.
Basil's attorney, Joel Daniels, said there is more to the story.
This was a dispute in a tavern at 2 o'clock in the morning. Both participants, we believe, were intoxicated, had some words, and that's how it ended.
So they had a verbal dispute before the push.
We believe they did.
O'Shea told the court Sager had been aggressive for a brief second. O'Shea said he actually helped carry Sager outside and that Sager was bleeding from the nose at the time. He was unresponsive. Still, he said Basil came outside screaming that Sager tried to assault him and demanded Sager be arrested. O'Shea testified it was Rob Eloff, another off-duty officer working security, who got a set of handcuffs from his car and cuffed Sager.
Finally, when Mr. Eloff comes back, I said, "Listen, take these handcuffs off. He doesn't need those on." He took the handcuffs off. Shortly after, Buffalo Fire Department showed up. I stepped back and they started administering first aid.
Mr. Basil, anything you want to say about the charges? Jeff Basil stayed quiet walking out of the courtroom, having just heard stunning witness testimony against him. It was that testimony that ultimately sent him back to jail. During the hearing, O'Shea admitted he was working security inside the bar, which has always been against Buffalo police policy. He said he was drinking, but insisted he was not drunk. This case now goes before an Erie County grand jury, and with the evidence presented today, it will be very interesting to see just how they rule within the next 45 days. Live in the newsroom tonight, Ed Dranch, News 4 at 6.